Saturn entered Aries on May 2025, and it will stay there until 2028. It went retrograde at the end of 2025, and it came back to Aries on February 14, 2026, earlier this year. And it made the Valentine Day a tough love day. To understand the Saturn in Aries energy, we need to look back on April 1996 until March 1999. What were the main themes or events that took place in your life at that time? If you were not born yet during this time, then this is the first time that you're going to experience the Saturn in Aries energy. So what to expect? Well, Saturn in Aries does not feel very comfortable. It feels that you're driving on a speed bump, or you're driving while having the handbrakes on. One foot on the gas pedal and one foot on the brakes. While you'll try to accelerate your life, you'll feel that something is slowing you down, making you stop, or even go very slow. Aries wants to jump and rush, while Saturn demands a plan and going very slow. To be able to cope with this energy, you will need to go with a very sustainable pace rather than rushing, because Saturn is teaching us to be patient. Believe that things will happen at the right time. Aries is the sign of self, and Saturn demands that you focus on yourself. You're being asked to trust yourself in the actions that you are taking. Neptune being there next to Saturn is asking you to trust your intuition and ensure that your actions are aligned with your feelings, with what you want to create for yourself that comes from the inner validation rather than external validation. The second point that I want to highlight with Saturn in Aries energy is that it feels like a controlled ambition. Saturn is using the fire energy of Aries to create concrete long-term plans, pushing you to finish projects that have been stagnant or projects that you wanted to create but did not start yet. This energy is also asking you to have very firm boundaries, to protect your energy and act in a selfish way, but it's a very healthy selfish way. Learning to say no to the things that do not serve you on a long-term basis, or do not serve your higher self. So what do you need to be careful of during these 3 years that Saturn will be in Aries? The first thing, you need to be aware of frustration and physical exhaustion. With the push and pull energy, you might feel frustrated that things are not moving with the pace that you would like, which could lead to physical exhaustion. So you need to be conscious of transmuting this energy, this frustrated energy, and allowing things to happen at the right time. When your path is blocked by Saturn obstacles, the natural reaction of Aries is being frustrated and angry. This transit is teaching you to be patient and to diffuse the anger and act consciously rather than lashing out. You might also clash with the old school of doing things and could try to assert your own independent way. Learn from the past experience. Learn from the people that have been on this path before you. Acknowledge their journey and create your own version that works for you. Aries also rules the head, and Saturn is the ruler of the bones and structure. It's a great time to focus on our dental health and watch out for stress-related grinding your teeth. If you ride motorcycles or bicycles, make sure that you wear helmets to protect your head. Now we're going to go through each sign and see how the energy of Saturn in Aries will impact you, which area in your life. Listen for the rising signs for more accurate results. You could also listen to your sun or moon signs for intuitive guidance. For Aries rising, it's going to be a double fall. First, because Saturn falls in Aries, and second, because Saturn falls in the first house. But you don't need to worry. Actually, Saturn is trying to teach you lessons in self-worth, how to self-discipline yourself, and how to manage your own vitality. You might feel that you're slowing down, exhausted, or feeling drained, but Saturn is slowing you down physically for a reason. It wants you to focus on your mind. Your mind is very active because Uranus will be in your third house, the house of mental ability, the house of communication, and the house of brilliant ideas. So your mind could be racing with new ideas, with communication aspects. You are thinking fast, but moving slow. Learn from the lessons that Saturn is trying to teach you. Slow down physically and be very active mentally. It could give you great results in 3 years. I wish you a happy Saturn in your first house, and let me know how it goes. For Taurus rising, Saturn in your 12th house is bringing out some fears or karmic ties that has to be dealt with. With Pluto in your 10th house, there is a massive changes or transformation that has been going and will continue for another 20 years that has to do with your status, with your profession, with your career. Even if you're retired, whatever you're working on a daily basis will have a great transformation. But you cannot step in this great transformation and great power that's waiting for you until you clear out this hidden enemies in your 12th house. You will need to let go of any self-doubts. You can only build this great resources and great financial stability when you feel safe. Happy Saturn in 12th house, and let me know how it goes. For Gemini rising, Saturn in your 11th house will help you build this long-term connections and social networks that will help you for a very long term. But you will need to be careful of any erratic moves of having Uranus in your first house. You might be tempted to do drastic changes and drastic moves, especially with the ones that has to do with your presence, your appearance, and how you show up. Uranus in your first house will also accelerate your learning and your mental abilities, while Pluto in your ninth house is helping you to transform your visions, what you want to create, your belief system, and your travel plans. It could lead you to impulsive journeys or the need to break free from anything that's holding you back. Happy Saturn in your 11th house. Let me know how it goes. For Cancer rising, having Saturn in your 10th house feels good. It feels home. It has all what it needs to have a new beginning and new start in your career and public image. It also has to do with your achievements and your duties and responsibilities. It's working in alignment with having Pluto in your 8th house. That's doing another field of transformation there. But this transformation is taking place with your shared resources, with anything that has to do with your own investment, and with anything that you need to let go of the old and start a brand new transformation life. It could be your own money that you're sharing with others, or it could be the money that you're making through other people. It could be your clients, it could be a partner, anything that has to do with creating resources with other people. You could also find yourself wanting to work in healing industry or something that has to do with healing others and help them transform their life. Just remember, Saturn rewards the hard work, so make sure that you keep your reputation clean and solid. Happy Saturn in your 10th house, and let me know how it works. For Leo rising, having Saturn in your 9th house is helping you to build your long-term vision and grounding your belief system. Think higher education, even think publishing, or anything that has to do with law or legal matters. You are going through massive transformation in your one-on-one relationships, whether it's with a romantic partner or business partner, or even your core clients. Saturn is helping you build a belief system that will support the connections that you are building with other people and how you want to shape those connections. Getting the right people by your side, Saturn will help you to navigate those relationships. Let me know how it goes, and happy Saturn in your 9th house. For Virgo rising, Saturn is starting a brand new structure with your shared resources, intimacy, and emotional transformation. It will help you to manage your finances differently, whether you're managing your finances with clients or with a one-on-one partner. You need to let go of any limiting beliefs or fears that are holding you back and shift your attention to what you can actually create on your daily life, on your daily activities, how you can build wealth for yourself and others. You're heading into a complete renovation in your status and in your career and public image. It has to do with your profession and how Saturn is creating this new structure for you. It's a deep work, but what you're building right now will pay off in the long term. Happy Saturn in your 8th house, and let me know how it goes. For Libra rising, Saturn falls in Aries, like everybody has that. But for you specifically, it's transforming and changing in your 7th house, which is the house of partnerships and the house of relationships. It actually exalts there, which means it feels very happy and comfortable. It feels very special, and it's helping you reshape your relationships. It could bring new partnerships, whether it's romantic or business partnerships. And it could also put limitations on the relationships that are not sustainable for you anymore. Expect new connections that are aligned with your new vision. But this restructuring of your relationships will take time and effort. You will be focusing on yourself while you're building those relationships. which might feel difficult because on one hand, you are building one-on-one relationships. On the other hand, you're being asked to focus on yourself while building those relationships. You do not want to compromise on your own needs for the sake of anyone else. You need to be true to yourself, so navigate those energies with great consciousness. If you have any relationships that might feel that you're betraying yourself to be in, Saturn will tell you this is not for you, this does not fit you. So build slowly, set your boundaries, focus on you, and make sure that you're choosing people that allow you to be who you are. Happy Saturn in your 7th house, and let me know how it goes. For Scorpio rising, Saturn in your 6th house is asking you to take care of your health, your diet, and anything that has to do with your own self-care. Saturn now is putting a new structure for you to help you build a new way of living. It's putting together a new routine or activities that are totally aligned with the transformation that Pluto has been doing in your 4th house. These transformations had to do with the place of living or how you were living, or actually changing your whole total family dynamics. Saturn wants you to be physically fit and strong to cope up with the changes. In the depth of this transit, you're actually building a new way of transforming your life. You could also start new partnerships or business or projects with other people that could benefit you financially and things that you did not see coming, which are aligned with your path. But Saturn first wants you to focus on yourself and become physically strong and fit and healthy before you start any new projects or opportunities. So happy Saturn in your 6th house, and let me know how it goes. For Sagittarius rising, Saturn is in a double fall. First, because it's in Aries, and second, because it is in your 5th house. You might feel that there is a heavy boundaries or blanket on how you are creating creativity in your life, whether it's fun time or creating romantic relationships, or even feeling some heavy duties and responsibilities that has to do with your kids. Saturn is slowing you down with your fun and your romantic life, but that is for a reason, because you're changing how you relate to your one-on-one relationships. Saturn is slowing your party time, your fun time, because there is a massive transformation in how you are managing your one-on-one relationships. Saturn is building a new structure that will last, and having Pluto in your 3rd house is helping Saturn in the way it's transforming your communication with the others, your ideas, you're sharing ideas with others, and your immediate environment. You are learning to speak your truth more powerfully, which helps you to build these new solid connections. It's a grow-up phase for your heart. So happy Saturn in your 5th house, and let me know how it goes. For Capricorn rising, Saturn has a double fall in your 4th house. First, because it's in Aries, and second, because it's in your 4th house. You are building a new way of being with your family and at home. You are restructuring a new foundation, but the process is heavy and full of responsibilities and duties. And it could take some time to complete and challenge all the obstacles and limitations that you might face. You will need to look at Uranus in the 6th house because it will help Saturn reshape your daily activities. Pluto in your 2nd house is helping you restructure and transform your self-worth, your resources, and your own money and income. Look at the map of your life, because at the end of the day, Saturn will reward you and will change your life to the better. You will thank him at the end. Happy Saturn in your 4th house, and let me know how it works. For Aquarius rising, Saturn in your 3rd house is helping you restructure how you communicate and how you exchange ideas and connect with your immediate environment. It's a new way of living. It's learning a new language of your life. The new structure is part of the big and massive transformation that you are going through with having Pluto in your 1st house. You're not only changing how you're showing up, you're actually making a huge and massive transformation in your own personality. It feels like a new you is being regenerated. Having Uranus in your 5th house, it's a new way of being. And if you have kids, it's a new way of creating and being with your kids. Saturn is slowing your thinking for a reason. You need to slow down your mind activities to be able to cope with the personal changes that are taking place. Trust the process that's being created, and happy Saturn in your 3rd house, and let me know how it goes. For Pisces rising, Saturn in your 2nd house is creating a new way and new structure of your self-worth, your money, your own finances and resources, and how you're managing your own finances. It's there to train you and help you to manage those resources and build your bank account. Saturn is building a new structure relative to the great transformation and changes that are taking place in your fourth house, which is your home, your family, and your family dynamics. Now, this is the time that you need to think of yourself and your own personal resources. While Pluto in your 12th house is transforming some hidden areas that you are the only one that is aware of, it's helping you healing karmic ties and let go of old fears and also old doubts. You will need to work on these hidden areas in order to help Saturn build your new financial structure that will make you feel safe. Happy Saturn in your second house, and let me know how it goes. Remember, Saturn is not here to break you. It's here to build a new structure for you so that you can actually handle the incredible future that you are building. When you are restructuring your career, your relationship, your inner world, your finances, you are creating a sustainable new foundation that is strong and solid so that it can last for the next 36 years. I want to hear from you. Which house is Saturn is moving through? And are you ready to feel that slow down or push for discipline in this area? Drop a comment and let me know how it feels. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can continue to receive the great transits that will take place in 2026. Stay grounded, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.